Mike, can you tell us a little bit where we're standing?
Okay, we are at the Menengai Geothermal Field. This is in Nakuru County in Kenya. And this forms part of the congregation that came to the Kenya Geothermal Congress. So today we visited the Menengai Geothermal Field. As you can see, we can see some various hills. Actually, on the background, we are able to see 3 drilling rigs. So we'll discuss in this episode a few things about geology together with my colleague here, Helen Robinson.
Hi, Helen. Mike already explained about where we stand. Can you say a little bit what we see?
So behind us we've got sort of quite far in the distance. I don't know how well picking it up because it's quite hazy today, but we can see part of the rift shoulders. So these are the old faults that caused the middle of the rift to become lower than the surrounding area. Coming in toward us, as Mike said, we've got some of the drilling rigs. Currently they're not drilling, but these rigs are responsible for drilling some of the deep geothermal wells in the area that go down to between 2,000 and 3,000 metres below the surface. And then in the foreground, if we can see that, we've got some of the younger lava flows that were formed after the formation of the caldera. That's when the ground collapsed and became lower.
So Mike, maybe for our listeners who are not professional geologists, why does geology matter? Why is it important that we understand rocks?
Yeah, all these resources we're trying to explore for are in the subsurface. So you need experts who will be able to explain what is happening in the subsurface. Geology is one of the disciplines that is very important. Geochemistry is another, geophysics is another. So we have a group of experts who have gone to school, studied in undergraduate, master's, PhD levels, like Helen here, and they're able to decipher what is happening in the subsurface area. So that is important because you need to understand, for example, where to drill. So you need to do some studies, understand the subsurface, understand the geology, understand the mineralogy of the rocks. Also look at the structural features in the area, and that will be able to guide you where you drill. And this is very important because drilling one well is absolutely expensive. So you need to study in detail before you agree where to drill. So that's why geology and the geosciences are very important in geothermal as well as other areas of geosciences.
And Helen, I mean, now we understand a little bit why geology matters and how it helps to drive geothermal exploration and hence the production of this clean form of energy. But are there many geologists still worldwide who are working in geothermal? And also, what would you say to the ones who or who could be interested in studying geology? Is there a future for young geologists to work towards clean energy?
Yes, so to answer the first part of your question, there are many areas around the world where geothermal has been developed or it is being developed. And as Mike has said, that takes many people with varying ranges of expertise in order to do that. And we're realising now more than ever that we need much more cleaner energy. And so geothermal is right up there as a priority to be developed as a clean resource. For future people thinking of going into the geosciences in future, we're talking about geology and its role in geothermal. We need to be thinking about things like the energy transition and what that means. So moving from reliance on the hydrocarbon sector to more green renewable resources, and whether that's geothermal or one of the other resources. Geology is going to play an absolutely huge role in us becoming a greener planet and improving what's going on with our climate at the moment and reducing that impact that the human population is having.
So final question to you both, and I'm going to start with Mike again. We have many types of rocks, but what is your favorite rock?
Well, that's a tough question. I love rocks. We've studied rocks. It would not be fair to choose one rock over the others, but I think I like the rocks in the geothermal terrain because that's my speciality. And in the geothermal terrain, you'll be able to get the tuffs, some obsidians, some pumice. There are various sets of rocks. So I like the geothermal, the geology in the geothermal sites. Yeah.
Thank you. Helen, what is your favorite rock?
A bit like Mike in respect that is choosing something that's kind of sort of in the field of what I do, and being a hydrogeologist, I always say my favourite rock is anything that allows water to pass through it. So it doesn't matter whether it's an igneous rock or a sedimentary rock or anything like that. As long as water can pass through it with great ease, it makes my job much easier. So that is my favourite rock.
Fantastic. In short, we love geothermal, we love rocks.
Yes, we love geothermal, we love rock. So thank you so much for watching. This is Mike Karanja and Helen Robinson, straight from Menengai, Nakuru County, Kenya.